Well, I had a kind of a weird Sunday, Anthony. Kind of a weird Sunday. I just want to get something out here. We don't get serious on this program a lot.
Uh-oh. Are we going to get serious?
Not that bad. I mean, God, he was joking about it all day yesterday. But I just want to kind of acknowledge something. My mentor in the business, I've talked about him, off and on for many, many years. Brother Wease,
right, was
diagnosed with cancer out of nowhere, like a month and a half ago. And I got to tell you, I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, Wease and I. Like, I was just a dopey DJ up in Western New York doing college radio, knowing I wanted to do something, in this business. But I was spinning the tunes, knowing I could do more, but I had a tough time finding my voice until
knowing you could do like Spuds Buckley.
Well,
at that point,
I had to go through the Spuds Buckley stage in Buffalo. I had to do it.
Spuds Buckley.
You're right. So, then I heard Brother Wease when I was at Geneseo College up there, and he helped me find my voice. Simple as that. The guy, to this day, I'm still convinced is the best radio guy ever that I've ever heard in my life. And so he kind of showed me how to do radio the right way. And then, unfortunately, I took what I learned from Brother Wease and took it to the dark side. We were joking about that. We were joking about that yesterday. I took it to the dark side, because he doesn't ever want to hurt anybody, and
that's all you want to do.
And he wants to help everybody, and
that's nothing like what you want to do.
And he's like a hardcore liberal on the air and stuff. So I pretty much took it, the other way. But the point I'm trying to make is he really helped me find my voice, and now the success Ant and I have had. But it all started with Wease, and he took me under his wing and really, really, really helped me out. So. About a month and a half ago, he's diagnosed with this cancer. Holy S! It's a rare form of like nasal cancer.
Oh, I'm getting woozy.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
You could take a break because
oh my goodness,
you get all la la la. You hate this stuff.
Okay.
So they found a tumor, unfortunately, like deep in his nasal, way deep. Okay, it's this rare form of cancer that they only find in like Asia.
It's not a tumor.
God, that's loud. It's a rare form of cancer that is that they find for the most part in Asian countries.
What?
In Asian countries.
He didn't get it in the NAM, did he?
That's what he's starting to think, because I asked him. Because he did 2 tours. He's thinking maybe, he doesn't know for sure, it could have been the Agent Orange.
Agent Orange?
That kind of just got in there and mutated for all these years and finally is popping its ugly head out,
Gee.
So this cancer is brutal to treat. But it is treatable. So just to make a long story short here, he decided to come to New York for his treatment. So, I'm going to be hanging out with him pretty much every day, man. The guy's like a friend, a brother, and like a father figure to me. The guy is amazing. And he's going to Sloan Kettering. So, but he was explaining the procedure. They take this like kind of heavy leather mask, and they pin him down.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, Ant's going to hate this.
Oh, my God.
I just got to get through this stuff. They pin your head down because you can't move at all. Because he's going with the radiation. And he has all these little dot tattoos all over his head because they have to pinpoint the radiation.
Oh, geez.
Hence, you can't move. So it's very uncomfortable. They take this mask and they pin you down to a table.
Wow.
And then they do the radiation. And he's going to be in New York for like 2 months. But it was so surreal because last night we all went out down to Little Italy. We were hanging with Tommy Red and Joey Clams and Fat Tony.
In Little Italy?
Little Italy.
With some of the boys?
Some of the boys.
Oh, boy.
And we're just having a good old time eating family style.
Oh, boy.
And
yeah, huh?
It was just kind of weird because he's renting an apartment here in New York as he goes through his treatment. And, he looks completely how I know him, just completely normal. And that's what was so weird last night, knowing he's only had 1 radiation treatment so far, knowing it's gonna get ugly, like real ugly.
But it's not malignant though, right? They can fix it if
it's supposedly he gets through the treatment, which is really, really tough. He should be okay. You never know with cancer, But like supposedly the saliva is gonna dry up in his mouth. He was telling me all the crap that's gonna happen, and the doctor's like encouraging him to eat as much as possible because he's going to lose like 50 to 60 pounds, So I know this is kind of a bummer and we barely get serious on the show, but so he's, so it was just weird last night because you're seeing the healthy Wease, no problem. He's going to go through hell in the next 2 months. So we were all just kind of celebrating the start of his treatment last night, which is so weird.
What are they doing with the show? Just waiting 2 months until he...
Dude, here's the beauty of it. So he's in this apartment on the east side, Wease, near the river. They got all the equipment in the apartment. So he just like rolls out of bed, and they've already been joking because he doesn't even... He's doing the show naked or in his like stupid Joe Boxers on the couch, but they got the whole station kind of set up in his living room. And then a couple of his boys that he does the show with, they came down last night to help him out for a couple days, and then they're going to go back up to Rochester. But yeah, he's going to stay on the air until he can't anymore, and he's going to lose his voice. He's going to lose his voice for a while.
Oh
yeah, because you lose your the muscles, and because he's not going to be able, because of the radiation stuff. Eventually, the muscles are going to what's the word, Anthony?
Atrophy.
They're going to atrophy a little bit, so he's going to lose his voice for a bit. He's going to have to learn how to talk again after the treatment. It's a brutal thing he's going to go through.
The nasal passages.
Deep, dude. Like deep in, way deep.
How do you know something's wrong?
They couldn't get to it. Flying.
What do you mean?
The clogged ear that wouldn't go away.
Oh, great. Now anytime I get a clogged ear flying, I'm going to freak out.
And then the doctor,
Great.
I guess after a while, the doctor goes in and relieves the pressure, but then it popped in. Then it happened in the other ear when he wasn't flying. He's like, oh
boy.
Then he knew.
Oh, my God.
Then he knew.
Oh, my God.
Then he knew.
I'm going to freak out now.
Then he knew.
Anytime I'm flying and my ear pops.
Then he knew.
I just went for a nasal thing for my sinuses. That's just anything in your nose is uncomfortable because it just doesn't. Nothing belongs up there.
Yeah.
Nothing. No type of probing instrument.
So he's he's going to do the show, as much as he can. Eventually, he's only going to do like 10 minutes a day or so. But right now, because he looks completely fine and normal, he's doing his full morning show for Rochester, from this apartment on the east side. So I just want to bring it up. And look, I'm not asking anyone to do this, but if you want to, there's a website that that they came up with called Kick Cancer's Ass. That's the Wease way. KickCancer'sAss.com. And if you want to make a donation, cool. If you don't, no worries. Don't worry about it, man. I know we all have our charities in our lives, but if you want to, that would be great. I think he's trying to raise a lot of money for Camp Good Days, which is I think that's more or less a local cancer charity up there in the Rochester area. So, KickCancer'sAss.com for Brother Wease. But it was just weird.
Yeah.
Because I've never, knock on whatever, I've never had to deal with someone that had cancer before, and he is really close to me, and it's really strange to see, the guy looking completely normal, knowing what he's going to go through. He's going to lose all his hair and all that shit, So. And he's like bummed. He's like, why couldn't I get the ass cancer? I could have done that like nothing. He wasn't kidding. He got pissed because he did all his research on all these cancers, and all cancer's serious, obviously. But he's like, man, the ass cancer, I could have had that beat within nothing. Because just him describing what he's going to go through with this the treatment.
It's awful.
Just pinning his head down with this thing.
How many hours a day is that?
I don't know. It's pretty much every other day for the next 2 months, I guess.
Every other day?
Something like that.
Oh.
No, he's gonna get really sick, like really sick.
I'm so bad with breathing. Like last night, I had one of my sinuses. I'm kind of claustrophobic when I breathe. Just the idea of that, man. Not being able to breathe. It'll definitely mess up his breathing. Like it'll be harder to inhale and stuff like that.
Mess up his I mean. Eventually, because you can't use the muscle, you might want to not hear that. Just tune out.
I keep listening like an idiot.
They have hope, but a lot of people that go through this cancer, like you lose, your muscles in your throat, so you can't swallow, so you can't eat, so they have to do the tube in your stomach to get your food in there.
Forever or just until?
No, just until he should heal, perfectly.
Why does it affect you? I guess
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but. There's something that's going on with the radiation that all of a sudden the muscles, go away for a while.
Maybe it leaks into your throat or something.
I know.
Oh.
Let me go to CJ in Florida.
Oh, I'm in pain.
CJ.
Yo, boys, what's up? Good morning.
What's up, bro?
Good morning, Buttercup. How are you?
Fine, thanks, CJ. Welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, listen, Opie, my dad went through exactly what your friend's going through. He's a 5-year survivor. It does work.
Yeah, no, they're pretty...
You got to tell... I'm sorry, I can't really hear you guys too well, but I know that. But you got to tell your friend there's a real important product on the market. It's called Scanda Shake. It's good for his calorie intake.
Uh-huh.
And I used to put it in the tube in my father's stomach. when he couldn't eat no more because they used to put him down with that mask, just like you were saying.
Yeah.
And their throat gets so sorted they can't eat anymore.
Right, yeah.
But Scandus Shake is very good for his calorie intake, and it'll keep his weight up.
All right, I'll write that down. Thanks, bro.
All right?
All right.
Yeah, good luck with that. Jimmy, I'll see you Saturday at the Improv in West Palm.
Okay, dude, how long does radiation take a day? Like, does it take 5 minutes or an hour when they're shooting you with that stuff?
No, really, believe it or not, they
Seconds,
set
right?
you up for about. I took care of my dad for 6 weeks. They set you up for about 45 minutes, and it takes 10 seconds a spot.
That's
I don't know how many spots they're doing on your friend, but it takes about 10 or 15 seconds a spot. He's laying there. They're setting him up with that mask for almost an hour, and he'll be out after the treatment in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's still awful, but it's not as bad than being zapped for like 20 minutes. What a dope I am.
Well, the worst part about it, he said, is if he feels claustrophobic because they're just
just tell him
pinning
to
your
keep his
head down.
attitude up because my dad's a 5-year survivor. It does work.
No, I mean, the prognosis is really good. He just has to get through the treatment, which is just brutal. And he's got tiny little dot tattoos all over his head. And I'm like, that's how you can tell if someone has cancer because they tattoo you now.
Yeah,
tattoo
they did.
They have little tattoo dots.
It doesn't go away.
I guess not.
Eventually, I'm sure it will.
Ever?
He says they're tattoos.
Well, maybe they just tattoo flesh color over it when you're done or something.
I don't know. They're just very, very tiny. You would have to look really close. Like he's got one pretty much right between his eyes, kind of over here on his cheeks.
Jeez.
So I just want to bring it up because honestly, Brother Wease is one of the greatest, nicest guys I've ever met in my life. Unlike myself, I mean, this guy has never hurt a fly, and he's done a lot of good for a lot of radio guys and the whole community of Rochester. So I just want to bring it up. I'll get some good stories out of it, I'll tell you that much, because the guy is unbelievable. I mean, he's still like laughing and jiving and whatever. But if you want to do something, go to kickcancersass.com. If you don't, no worries, dude. I don't worry about it, But if it's something you're interested in, that'll be cool. All right. So we'll get back to the radio program.
Cancer just stinks. Now we're all panicking. Like, I want to go get checked.
2005. You think they figure it out by now?
Enough with it already. Can we do something?
Jesus.
Well, this is just, it's a
How do they not have a pill for that? 2005.
What blows is they can't get in there and surgically remove it.
Where's the Star Trek salt shaker that Bones just went over people and everything was fine? When are we getting that?
You know what the most amazing part of that story was? I don't know if anyone else caught this, was that the equipment is actually working when they moved it all the way from Rochester. I'm thinking, we can't do a remote somewhere. And he's got his entire studio in an apartment in Manhattan.
In an apartment. They figured it out. He could do a show from an apartment. We can't do it from our own studio.
Yeah. And we just had a lot of laughs, with...
We have studio cancer here in our studio. All of a sudden, things just break. They get tumors. All of a sudden, my headphones got a tumor.
It just blew up.
Jesus.
I went and saw Wease over the weekend.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing?
Starting to take effect now. I mean, the radiation is taking hold now. He's 6 or 7 treatments in, so...
And already it's starting to...
Oh, man. It's going to be a very interesting thing here. My mentor in the business, he's in New York City getting radiation for a crazy, whacked out, rare form of cancer in his, deep in his nasal passage.
Oh, God.
It's something they only... They usually see only in Asian countries, so he's starting to think maybe when he was doing the Vietnam thing, the Agent Orange, but, he doesn't know
the Vietnam thing.
The Vietnam
it's
thing.
It's like something you chose to do, like a vacation.
Well, he did. He actually chose to go back. Yeah. He didn't have to.
One of those crazy guys.
Yeah, he didn't have to, and he went back for another tour. And he openly admits, look, I know there's a lot of guys out there that came back and they were fucked up and all this. He goes, but you know what? I had a really good time over there.
Was he in the shit?
And he hates to admit that because he knows a lot of guys that are suffering. But, yeah, he was in the shit.
Yeah? Not just like a clerk?
Oh, no.
I like those guys. Yeah, I was over in the Nam. He was like a clerk at the motor pool.
No, what's that?
South.
What was that movie, When We Were Soldiers, or when... What was that one flick?
Oh, yeah.
Where they all died. They got ambushed or whatever. Supposedly, like, Wease was the guys that came in to take over that company after that whole battle or whatever.
I guess he did.
No, he saw a lot of shit. So he's way on the east side getting his radiation treatment. He was doing his radio show, but now he's down to only like 15 minutes a day. They just don't want him freaking doing much of anything because what the radiation he's getting for this tumor. It's pretty much going to dry up all his saliva in his mouth, which is going to cause all sorts of fucked up problems, possibly losing teeth. And, he's at the stage now where, when you get sick and you get that gulp at night? and you can't sleep because all night long your throat's a little dry and you're gulping and gulping and you just that's happening already.
Water won't help, or it's just.
Well, I'm not a doctor. He's got all sorts of stuff they're trying to do, this and that, and he's prone to all sorts of sores in his mouth, so he has to keep his mouth clean, and he has to use a toothbrush that is like almost like cotton, almost as soft as possible. But anyway, so I mean,
jeez,
I know it just blows, dude. He's got 33 treatments. He's only 6 or 7 in, and it's already some stuff is starting to happen already. But anyway. The point of the story, the other day we were talking about the telescopes and stuff?
Yeah, in the city.
In the city?
Yeah.
So I was telling Wease, because we're really good friends, I was telling him how we revisited the whole thing where a lot of people in New York have telescopes. And the reason I brought up his apartment that he's staying in overlooks some great shit.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. So I'm like, Wease, you got to get a telescope, man. So I guess, his listeners up there in Rochester are sending him stuff like crazy. And I go over there Saturday just to say hi and see how he's doing. And there's the telescope all set up and ready to go.
Peering out, doing a little peeping?
We were rocking the telescope, yeah. There was like a lady in her upper 40s, like suntanning in some kind of black lingerie.
Really?
That was the Mac Daddy of
suntanning. It's been 35 degrees.
Saturday it was like maybe 40. It was a nice.
Ooh, balmy.
I know, 40, 45 in the morning. It was, but it was nice and sunny. So I don't know. We're thinking maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
That somehow it felt warm on her terrace because she's out there with her coffee and her black little negligee.
Yeah.
Just kind of tanning for like an hour, and we're just watching her. And then another girl comes out. Then we're trying to figure out if there's some kind of lesbian couple, but
nice.
No action happened there.
No.
That was the Mac Daddy, because then you get the other awful stuff. There was like some gay guy pruning his plants on his terrace, and what else did we see? People just cleaning their windows, things like that. But
it's like fishing. You never know.
But the telescope thing is awesome, and then he overlooks like another building with a lot of apartments, and you could see other people's telescopes looking at you.
People know. They know how to entertain themselves when you live in an apartment building like that. I got to give the Gooch from Cleveland credit for his line.
Yeah.
He writes, Dear Terry Schiavo, I hope you get better and your feeding tube goes back in you soon. Your grandson, Frank.
That is really funny, Gooch. Very nice.
Your grandson, Frank.
3 days without the tube and she's still alive.
But anyway, that's the Wease update, because a lot of people have been emailing me personally about it, and he's doing all right so far. And there's a link on all our websites, a website called kickcancersass.com, because Wease is trying to do a good thing and actually raise money while he goes through this hell and back. So
how many a week does he got to get treatments?
Well, he has to do 33.
How many is it, like one a week, or is it?
No, it's every day except the weekends, I think.
So
do the math, it's about 6 weeks, I guess, a little more maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he'll be in New York for a long time. So
and because of NASA, sooner or later they're going to have those little pills you eat. I'm telling you, little what they call it, micro and macro things. They're just going to go in there and get it for you before it even starts.
Little robot in there.
They're working on that because the people want to go to Mars. So they have to have some kind of 3 years without medical treatment.
If you ask to Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
You swallow something. It's got like all kinds of things in it. A little camera.
Well, they already have that. I've already seen that. They have that where you swallow it.
Yeah, I saw the camera one. Yeah.
It sends them out of to your colon or whatever.
He was showing me pictures of his treatment, because they put this this really tight mesh mask on him and pin him down to a table because he can't move. Obviously, you don't want to move at all when you're getting the radiation.
Yeah.
Are you getting the laugh track ready?
Howdy, Quaid.
Kids go to Mars.
Howdy, Quaid.
And and they strap him down really tight, and he's claustrophobic to begin with, and that's how they do the thing. But he was showing me the pictures, and it looked like something out of a horror film. Really, really creepy. But anyway, there's the update. KickCancersass.com. Yes,
but
Jimmy.
If it goes well and he does his treatments and stuff, he'll be fine afterwards. He'll get all saliva back and all that stuff. And
yeah, I guess I guess it's going to be tough. The treatment for this form of cancer and where it is, it's a tough one. But supposedly it'll be all right if he could get through the whole damn thing.
You should go to Dr. Kennedy.
Oh, but anyway, we were doing that. We were checking out, trying to find broads with a telescope, and he's doing, dude, he's pokering his ass off.
Oh, really?
And he wants you to go play poker with him.
A little poker?
Before he, I mean, it's going to get to a point he's not going to be leaving the apartment at all, but he's still kind of in that stage where he's getting out a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's playing in poker tournaments all over Manhattan.
I want to get...
and then he's doing the video poker online now. Anything to you know, get a distraction. Oh,
dude, I was playing all weekend, really.
He was out
online.
900 large.
What?
Friday night.
Wait, 900,000?
No.
Oh, oof.
900 large.
I mean, 900 large, that's oof.
That doesn't know the right expression. He dropped 900K. What?
Yeah, you're right, 900.
Oh, wow.
900 in a poker tournament Friday night, so.
I was doing a lot of the, they call the sit-and-go games online, where it's a little mini tournament at a table. Nobody can come in after the game starts, and you kind of have to eliminate everybody at the table.
Yeah.
Won a couple of those. You get in, you buy. I was in the $10 buy-in table. It costs you $10 to get in, and then if you win $50. Come in second, you win 30. Third, you win 20, and then anybody under that wins nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the money quite a few times, and then a few times just make those stupid rookie mistakes where you just fall in love with your stupid hand. Got like ace king, you bet it big, you raise. Somebody else comes sees the raise, and then you just can't leave it alone. The flop comes out, you got nothing, and you're still hitting it, hoping, chasing the cards, hoping something comes up. Right up to the edge, just go, all right, I'm pot committed. Oh, and then you got to put more money in. Just stupid rookie mistakes.
You should play in like some live tournaments.
Yeah, I just a
little
little more
all over the place.
A little more online.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know I'm getting better at it. And then one guy I'm playing over the weekend, and some guy takes me for a lot in one hand, and I said nice hand, and he goes, thanks, love the show.
Oh really?
I'm like, I just made a dope ass mistake in front of a listener. I'm surprised he isn't calling up, talking about what an ass I am and how bad I play.
Yeah.
The guy's great. He just goes on there and gives away money to people. Fantastic.
Do we have time to do one more thing?
What we got?
Well, I mean, we're playing audio from other radio shows. I got some audio of Brother Wease's show I want to share with people.
All right.
This is pretty intense stuff, though. And then we'll move on to other things. We got Andy Gore outside the studio. He's going to take back the pickled punk.
Thank God.
Thank God is right. And he's got two fine young ladies with him.
Lovely gals.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It was once alive.
That's a new one?
It's a bigger one.
Oh, my God. He's brought some stuff for us to check out.
It's a pickled teenager.
Anthony gets queasy with this stuff, but no, I mean with the Brother Wease thing and stuff. I know you support him, but my mentor in the business, he's fighting cancer, some rare nasal fucking cancer that he probably got when he was doing his tours in Vietnam. Because it's a type of cancer they find in like pretty much Asian countries. That's about it.
Agent Orange, they think.
Yeah, but he has it way back in his nasal passages, and they couldn't operate, so they had to blast radiation on the guy's face. 33 treatments right to the face, and they had to.
Like Jimmy with the girl in Boston. Gave her 33 treatments to the face.
Bet you that urine could do a job on freaking tumors if he could get to it. And so basically he left his family, in Rochester, two young kids, and he's got two older kids, and him and his wife came down here to get the treatment at Sloan Kettering. I was visiting him pretty much every other day, man. Doing the show and just going there and showing my support for him because the guy has done nothing but great stuff for my career over the years. And they had this like mask that they had to pin him down so he doesn't move, and they had tattoos all over his face so the radiation knows which areas to hit. And I watched the guy slowly but surely just deteriorate day after day. The first few times I visited him is like, oh wow, this is a piece of cake. Look, you had 3 radiation treatments. Look how good you're doing. Then a week goes by and you see him dropping down, losing the weight, brutal sunburn all over his face and his neck. Anyway, he was really struggling because it got to a point, he couldn't really swallow anymore, and all sorts of like dry sores on his tongue. Just brutal stuff happening to the guy. Brutal.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
You can't drink water or something? There's nothing they can do?
Well, he chose not to get a feeding tube, which I guess really helps you out because he's like, screw that, I want to try to, live, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So So, you know, he was still trying to eat. Everything was blended down, and just to get water in him or any kind of, you know, nourishment was just like, you know, swallowing razor blades is how he describes it, because everything is just beyond dry. So, I don't know. The weird thing is he was still doing his radio show as much as he could. At first he was doing all 4 hours, then he was doing, you know, what he calls a set. Like he was doing, you know, a 40-minute set, and that was it for the day. Just an update, because in Rochester he's a rock star. I mean, the whole freaking city has gotten behind the guy. And so I got 2 clips really fast. They're really short. You know, I guess he was talking about how hard, you know, the whole treatment has been, and some people saying, why don't you just quit, man, you know? Why don't you just quit and, you know, try another way, because obviously this is not working, blah, blah, blah. And his young son, who's only like 5 or 6 years old, calls into the show. So listen to this.
Oh, boy.
You could take a break,
Oh, Jesus.
This is real-life stuff, and then we'll get back to the funny.
Wease, before we take a break, there's a special call for you. This is a very, very special call. Seriously.
Here we go.
Sammy. Your son Sammy wants to talk to Daddy.
Sammy.
Oh.
Sammy. You're going to make Mommy cry, Sammy.
Start crying.
Sammy, that you? I love you, honey.
I love you too, Daddy.
We'll be home soon, honey. Be a good boy in school today.
There is no school.
Don't go to school today.
We're going to go egg Mary Flood's house. Uncle Tommy's going to take you over with a whole fistful of eggs. Get him, Sammy.
Love you, Sammy.
Daddy.
What, honey?
You can do it, Daddy.
Thank you, honey. I can do it. Bye, honey.
You got to do it now, Weezy.
Hey, now there's inspiration. Weezy.
Oh, boy.
Now you got to go. Come on. There's inspiration.
That was cute.
See, the setup on that is, you know, he was basically, you know, telling everyone how tough it is. And some lady, this Mary Flood or something, called him and said, why don't you just quit and try, like, the natural approach, whatever the freaking
Holistic medicine?
Yeah, holistic medicine or something.
Voodoo?
You know, I'm basically saying this isn't for you. Why don't you try something different? And so, you know, the son calls to say, you know, don't quit, Daddy.
Pat from Menaki saying Bob Kelly is inconsolable right now.
Yeah, the last half hour of this show. Oh, that's really funny, actually.
Just sitting there blubbering without a shirt.
So I got another clip. It's fast. This Mary Flood calling in the program basically to tell Wease to quit and try the holistic approach. And Wease's feisty wife gets involved, and they go at it here. It's pretty good. Pretty interesting radio.
Hey, Mary Flood's on the phone.
Oh, no.
All right.
Put her on.
All right, but if she...
Says wants to talk to Doreen. I'm asked. Mary?
Doreen's mad at you, honey.
Yeah, Mary, I'm not happy right now with the email from the other day.
From last night?
Yeah, I told you not to do that. I don't want someone trying to encourage him to quit.
Yeah, this bit's just trying to, you know, get him to quit.
She wants him to quit his chemo or his radiation?
His radiation, and try the holistic thing.
Yeah, well, holistic is nice if you have, like, you know, a sore throat. But when you're going for cancer, you got to skip the holistic and go to Western medicine.
Pretty much go with what's been proven to work the best.
Kind of doubled the life expectancy in Western medicine in the last couple hundred years.
Who is the actor that decided to get this?
Michael Landon. Decided to get the coffee enemas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of getting, you know, the real treatment. And then there was another actor.
Andy Kaufman tried it, but I mean, that was after everything else failed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he went to the kook...
in the Philippines, I think, right?
In the Philippines or whatever. Where they were taking out... remember, they were taking out fake tumors?
Yeah.
That old guy?
And he noticed it.
All right. My only suggestion is, Wease always says that go with your gut feeling.
Mary, are you willing to risk my husband's life? I'll come after you. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm absolutely
No,
not
seriously,
trying to-
Mary, I'm serious now. I asked you this on the phone one day to not do this, and then you sent him an email, and it took all my strength not to call you last night. I love you, and you're a great person, and I think you, in your heart, you think you mean well. But if you think trying to encourage my husband to stop radiation treatment, I'm not willing to risk his life. Maybe you are, but I'm not.
But what happens? Hey, Doreen, what happens if I pull that guy?
Oh my God, I can't even believe this is happening. I'm
to a guy?
going to lose my mind. I'm not a sane person, so really, somebody better do something.
She finally admitted it, Tommy. Admitted it on the radio.
My heart is beating like crazy right now.
Doreen.
All right, Wease, I'll go. It's
Mary, really? I'm serious. I'm out of my mind.
You sound like a nut.
I am.
Call them to 911. Doreen.
What?
Right.
I'm over here.
Where's here? Come over here. Where the hell are you?
She's behind the couch.
You can't even see her.
Where are you?
I'm over here.
Over here.
Marco.
Behind you.
You're behind me? Get over here.
You guys.
Get over here. Come on.
Everything's all right,
She'll be
Doreen.
fine.
He's
Yeah.
not going to quit.
Oh, you don't understand. It's not easy.
I know we
I
don't.
never made-
We don't.
You don't understand it. It doesn't sound easy.
Meanwhile, Doreen ain't eating.
By the way, she's got to start eating.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. There is great food everywhere.
I
She
know.
thinks that it's going to bother me. I go, hey, bother me, eat.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I might get a kick out of seeing you eat something.
It's part of the taking care of Wease. You got to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you don't eat nothing.
I know, she's down to nothing.
I eat.
What do you eat?
Come on,
I
Thong's
eat
probably
ice
begging on
Ice
you.
cream. She had some ice cream last night. What happened?
But she sounds like the Michael Jackson character in the tapes when she started crying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're an animal.
I don't.
It's true, though.
All of a sudden I heard the. I'm sorry, Doreen. I'm sorry.
So there you have a little taste. But he's been doing his radio show through the whole damn thing.
How awful is Mary? Just what a nudge, calling up and minding everybody else's beeswax.
Not even calling. What happened was she got Weeze's personal email and started sending him email about maybe you should just quit and go holistic and this and that, because he's been open about his treatment and just telling everyone how awful it is. So this person, not knowing anything really, in my opinion, is like, oh, you should just quit. And that's not, when you're trying to support someone with cancer, that's the worst thing you could do.
You could do a holistic in addition, or maybe when you're done.
Well, he was doing that.
You don't replace it.
He was doing some acupuncture and some yoga and all sorts of things, But there you have it, just a little taste. But I helped Wease move Saturday, so he finished his radiation treatments, 33 of them to the face, blast, looking pretty bad on Saturday. But we packed him in an RV. And he got back to Rochester to his house and his family and stuff, and now I guess the treatment's going to be bad for another 2 weeks because it continues to cook inside you, all the radiation. Oh. You don't just get your last blast of radiation and then that's it. You start getting hopefully better. It still has to cook in there for another 2 weeks, so he's got another 2 weeks where it's going to get worse even, which I can't even imagine. And then at that point, hopefully, if everything goes all right, he'll get better slowly but surely every day. So. I've gotten a lot of email on this, so there's your update. His treatments in New York City are done, and we're hoping for the best. He's going to get an MRI in I guess June to see what's going on in there as far as the tumor goes. Just brutal though. But man, I mean the guy. I'm not going to complain that much. You're not going to see me complaining about stupid shit because I saw a lot of crazy things in the last 2 months while he was in town. So we wish him the best. There's a link on opieandanthony.com. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to point out. If you go to opieandanthony.com, the banner right on the top is helping Brother Wease kick cancer's ass. Please make a donation.
Yeah, it just says kick cancer's ass is charity, so he's trying to raise money on top of it for other people. But there you go. The sadness of the show is over.
Jesus.
We'll get back to the laughs.
Thrice from opieanthony.net saying, Christ, the Hindenburg broadcast had less heartache than the past hour of radio.
It's real life stuff. A little variety every once in a while. It doesn't hurt it.
Oh, the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Kelly on whackbag.com saying, can someone please bring me some tissues?
I don't like Pat from Menaki being funny all of a sudden.
Yeah.
His last few instant feedbacks have been very good. It's starting to bug me.
Pat was pretty funny, too. We were, as I was watching the Rosie O'Donnell retard movie last night, I was on Whackbag because they had a whole thread going about the movie, comments, and Pat had a couple of really good
oh, you guys,
funny lines.
Wait, they were commenting as
as the movie's going, we're all commenting and laughing about it.
See, I think that's great.
It's hysterical. There were some really funny bastards on there last night.
Very, very cool. So I guess that was the update I wanted to give everyone. Kick cancer's ass. The link's on opieandanthony.com if you want to do something. If not, that's cool too. Whatever. Just want to share that with you. The guy's, I'm telling you, he's an amazing guy. All right.
I only met him once and we argued politics.
But you loved him, right?
I liked it very much. Yeah, he was great.
Well, he's the polar opposite of you two.
He's very liberal, but he's not annoying liberal. He's like a Vietnam vet liberal. He's not like some bleeding heart college student. You can't argue with a guy who did 2 tours of duty. What am I going to say? I'm from the suburbs, fella.
Grew up in the mean streets.
Yeah. My dad knows people. I have no arguments to make.
He actually, when the vets call his show and want to, talk about, he's just like, ugh. And he openly admits that he went there and had a really good time in general. and actually signed up for another tour because he was having so much fun.
There was some great Vietnam stuff on. I guess it was the anniversary of the fall of Saigon, so there's some great Vietnam stuff on the War Channel over the weekend. Just rock and roll and killing gooks. That's how they present it in these specials that they put on there. Just helicopters whipping in, firing rockets, blowing people up.
Jimi Hendrix playing.
That's what it is. It's just like rock music playing. They had a whole show on just chopper pilots, and then on infantry, and on the Tet Offensive, like all that stuff. Just gotta love sitting there for a weekend when those marathons are on, watching all that stuff. Great. Yeah, man! We were out there in country just kicking ass! That's what it was, firing off their guns, killing them gook. Yeah. They showed some brutal footage of the Tet Offensive when the Viet Cong came into the American embassy down there in Saigon. Oh, just some guy. They had him by this fountain, and he's just some dead Viet Cong. He's not even dead. He was half dead, and he's taking that last death rattle breath and kind of tensing up. And they just had the camera on him like they didn't care back then. Nowadays, you don't see crap from Iraq. You really don't. You don't see anything. They have a total blackout. But back then, they showed footage, man, that was just brutal. Bodies blown in half. Then they show it, and the news guy's standing right there. Bullets flying around. News guys are right there. They had balls back then. Now you don't see any of that shit.
That sexy naked kid running away.
Oh, running away, that little whore down the street.
Jesus. That's my favorite photo from the Vietnam era.
Oh, that napalmed cock tease.
Are you insane? You guys are nuts.
Oh.
Have you ever seen The Wall down in Washington?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. All those names. Brings it right home.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue. I see my hero is here today.
Ooh. Who's that? Big A?
Brother Wease.
That is Wease. I thought that was Wease.
Yeah, he's in town to get a checkup on his cancer thing. We got to get him on the air.
I thought that was Wease, but you didn't say anything. I'm like, that guy looks like Wease. Who is it?
He's literally my hero, and there he is on his cell phone right there.
Does he know it's my birthday? That's why he's here. You guys are having a party for me.
There's no party for you. It's not your birthday.
Andrew Dugout Doug Wease. All right.
He's my mentor. He has helped so many people in radio and doesn't really get the credit for it. And he's just an amazing guy. We'll talk to him next, all right? And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. The ONA virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. Dun, dun. Jim Norton's going to leave in a few minutes here.
Oh, Jimmy.
Got to get a procedure done. He's all scared, and I'm laughing at you now because Brother Wease is in studio.
What do you
He
get?
can tell you all about procedures.
Endoscopy.
I had him. Piece of cake.
Okay, they already...
Don't be scared at all. People shouldn't be scared. My wife was... Oh, and that. Is that the tushy?
No.
Throat. I had
Throat.
both of them. My wife, check this out. My wife was sitting with me when I had the endoscopy because I'm
Wait, which
know
one
me.
is that? The
That's down the throat, all the way down, right?
Yeah.
But they give you the Versed. Anthony knows about Versed. Come on, Ant.
Oh, good drugs?
It's a drug that supposedly it just makes you forget, but it actually you're sleeping. But they let my wife come in the room while they were doing it, and I woke up in the middle of it with the thing all the way down my throat. But don't even be worried. She was right in my face. I woke up. She says, "Honey, it's almost done," which it wasn't. And the guy hit me with another piece of drip. Back to sleep. It's nothing, bro. Don't worry about it. Seriously.
How long does it take?
What's the difference? You're seeing.
Good point.
How long did it take, honey? 40 minutes.
Yeah, but to you just shut your eyes and then you open them up and you're done.
You're done. You don't even know what happened.
It's like time travel.
You really going? Well, you got stomach problems, bro?
I've had bad air hunger, which I think is anxiety, but I'm getting every possibility checked.
Wait, what's air hunger?
I never heard it in my life.
I was running out of air on stage.
What?
I told you I was running out of air on stage. Like it was.
But it's called air hunger?
That's like when you feel like you can take a breath, but there's something restricting your lungs. And
You're having anxiety.
That's anxiety.
I think you're right, but I'm checking everything out. I'm checking esophagus. I want everything checked so I know.
It's a shame you're an addict. Drugs would do you so well.
I was just going to tell the brother that the one thing, I have a lot of anxiety also, and I have a lot of the same symptoms you get, but what I do is, like when I'm getting my fake heart attack or if I've got air hunger, I pop me a couple of magic vitamin X Xanax. And if the symptom is gone, then I know it's a bunch of crap. I'm not really sick to this.
Right.
And if you do that, then you'll know. And then the next time I get my fake heart attack, I know it's fake, and I plow through it.
I can't take any drugs. I'm an addict. I can't do it. If I take drugs, I'll want to.
So now you're getting stuff stuck down your throat and everything.
Well, if I go back to drugs, I'll have stuff stuck down my throat too in jail.
You can use without going to jail.
Wease, he's the real deal. He stopped drinking at what, 17?
18.
18.
He blew his load at
18 years old.
Like,
can you imagine?
Who reaches bottom at that age?
Bro, you haven't had nothing since you were 18?
February 1st of 87.
Can
How
you
do you know you
imagine
can't
that?
have a nice Xanax? How are you going to go through life with anxiety and you can't eat a Xanax?
Just because it comes out like the personality is the same, and the fact that if I start masturbating at the computer, 6 hours later, sometimes I'm still there with a backache and I haven't come. I'm like, you really want to get away from yourself.
Listen, we talk about this where I'm from, and I don't want to hurt a guy that's an addict, but I don't believe a lot of this crap, especially when you were, at 18 years old, you had the alcohol and drug problem. I mean, you're going to miss a lot of painkillers that your body needs.
Yeah.
Well, there's a painkiller like Xanax. I can't. If it's, I'm on a martyr. Like if I get surgery and I have to have something,
right.
That's different. It's all motives. If my motive is to get high, it's wrong. If my
What about
motive is,
Vicodin?
I would only take that after.
I love Vicodin.
Real pain.
I had Vicodin for my tooth, and I started getting to the point where the first day I'm counting, I'm going, I only have 18 left. You take one. After the first one, I'm counting, going, shit, I'm going to be out of these soon.
And it feels legit because you were, prescribed.
Right, it's a
So
prescription.
you're like, hey, I'm supposed to do all 18.
Anthony shuffling chips on the air.
I know.
Oh, dude.
I got busted for that in my joint. They make me take them.
I started the show.
You start getting complaints. Dude, stop with the fucking shit.
He's going to Atlantic City right after the
Yeah.
show.
Borgata, I was just
I'm
talking.
leaving
I was
soon.
just watching your old lady. She's doing fine.
I got
Wait, she's
I got
playing
the
online right now?
bankroll.
How much you bringing?
This 9 large.
Jesus.
What are you gonna play?
Huh?
What are you gonna play?
I usually play 3-card poker.
Oh, are
Sit
you
there.
kidding me?
No, you know something? I do very well on that stupid game.
Bro, it's a sucker game. Do not do it.
No, you know something? I got a
How do you think he
system.
made that 9G?
I
A
went.
3-card poker?
That's what I made last time.
Yes.
That's all the
He's just
money I
going back
made
with his
last time
winnings.
I went. I'm
No,
going back with what I won. I never put it in the bank. I kept it out, and now I'm going back to give it back to them.
Now, do you play Hold'em like your old lady or not?
Yeah.
Then play Hold'em, and then you're playing other people instead of the house.
I
When you play
understand.
3-card Hold'em, they're ripping your ass off, and you got lucky.
No, I know I got lucky.
All right.
I understand that.
Such
I
an
love
easy
Hold'em.
game. I love
love
just
Hold'em.
watching.
That's what with that
But-
$9,000, that's a huge bank.
But it certainly is.
You can play. You can go down there and play 8160.
Yeah.
Oh
I-
my God.
What's 8160?
Huge game up, but he could play 2040 Hold'em, which is a nice level Hold'em,
Yeah.
and sit there all day, and if he's good, probably win some money.
I don't. You know what it is though? I don't like to commit to that much time sometimes.
lot of time
you
at
know.
home.
So, because we like hanging out, and my chick does very good at 3-card
Hold'em.
poker too.
Oh, she's gonna play that.
She's online on Party Poker, and she for a while she was giving me a little bit of shit at home because I wasn't listening to anything. I'm just playing, and now I get home and I hear her going, "Son of a bitch, a straight."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay, it's over, Johnny."
Oh yeah. She's a good player. I was
Yeah,
watching.
she's really
very,
good.
Very good player.
Very
Is she
good.
up?
Yeah. No. Well, she was in a
Yeah.
little tournament, and she was down to about 4 people, and she was playing good poker. Because
Yeah.
I was watching.
Very
and then
good.
she said she was going to the Borgata.
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
am I jealous.
It's I love going down there. Going to see my brother. He's playing down there this weekend, and we're seeing Tom Jones tonight.
What's his
And then-
band now?
He's got a U2 band. A U2
Now, he's the dude
tribute
I
band.
met with Good Rats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was playing with.
that's right. He was
with the Good Rats for a while.
For a while, yeah. In Rochester, Good Rats are huge in
Yeah.
Rochester. So
Yeah.
And now he's playing in a doing better than he ever has in a U2 tribute band.
And
the
they're
guy
playing-
plays U2 tribute. That's all they play is U2. The guy the singer looks like
Right.
Bono, and they're booked all over the country.
World.
They're playing in Ireland,
Mexico City.
Mexico City. They're going all over the place.
Going
He's making
everywhere.
more money than he ever has playing his own music, anyone else's music, doing a fucking tribute band.
Man,
Amazing.
this fucking thing's freaking me out.
Oh, right. You keep thinking
Yeah.
you should
What the
lunge
hell
for a
is-
dump.
Man.
Yeah, you know what? I like when people on regular radio come here because they probably go back and get in trouble.
Are you kidding me?
It's like, wait a minute, oh shit.
Bro, no, I got Shazit. I say Shazit and Fazuk. And those
Yeah.
are my two big
And they
ones.
probably give you a little bit of crap about that.
Give me some Krazap. But I mean, we can't even say, I work for the company you guys work for, and they have their own dictates. Not even the FCC. They're
You
worse.
can't even say dictate,
Bro,
can you?
we can't say masturbate.
Yeah.
I had a fight because there was a news story reading the news out of the newspaper, dude got caught with the masturbate. We can't say it. This is ridiculous.
Isn't that amazing?
And you're fucking in here.
It's not.
Oh yeah, we're fucking in here.
It's not one of the 7 words. It's not. Why the hell can't you use it? Especially in a context that has nothing to do with sex. You're reporting a story. Ridiculous.
Well, because because they're overreacting. They're scared to death.
Yep.
They're scared of getting fined. But the greatest thing about Opie and Anthony is, no matter whatever happens to you cats, are you not the first fucks?
We're the first fucks.
No, seriously.
We're the pioneers of satellite radio.
This is forever. I mean, this is going to be forever, and you're going to be in some history.
You know how pissed Howard Stern is?
That's
he is
the coolest.
pissed, then he makes his announcement, and then he's going on the air going, I'm going to be the pioneer of satellite radio, and people called him out on, like, dude.
Our wagon is on the West Coast. We've been panning for gold for months now.
That's right.
That's it. He's the pioneer. Shut up.
What a dick.
Jackass.
Dick.
I invented everything.
Dig this. I know you know about this, but I'm driving to work one day last week, and I swear to God I never listened to the cat, but I pushed the button. My station went on commercials. I pushed the button. I heard that bit where he called in and they had David Lee Roth. You saw it in the paper? And I'm listening to it.
The hackiest thing ever.
And I'm going, so I came into the station, and I told my friends, I go, either that was the worst bit I ever heard, and it was the worst. The David Lee Roth guy was terrible. The woman, I mean, he sounded like David Lee Roth, but no way he could be that big of an asshole as this guy was being. And Stern was being all serious about, can I say goodbye to my audience? I'm going, get the fuck, this is,
who's buying
now how do you do that to your own audience and they still going to dig you?
Right.
That's the part I don't get.
Who's buying it? Very lazy, too.
It's the hardcore fans that think it's 1988 still, and,
But what's that bit? What was that bit? They kicked me off the radio, and will you let me say goodbye?
If you figure it out, let me know.
And if you're going to do that bit, you got to commit. He was on by, an hour, not even an hour later. If you're going to do that bit, you do it all morning, let the press run with it. But his ego's so big, he can't commit to the bit.
Or maybe the David Lee Roth guy couldn't carry the show, fake David Lee Roth.
Right. By the way, Wease, I brought the big dog in today. These guys hate the left.
I'm here. Whatever they want to do. They don't know right. By the way, I will tell you this. I just found out, for instance, I heard Penn Jillette took a shot at Michael Moore on some TV show, and it freaks me out because they got a great show on Showtime that beats up the right all the time. I don't understand it. But I mean, how can you guys possibly... I just heard Janine Garofalo do the most genius rant.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you, the broad is extremely bright, bruh. I mean, she is over most people's heads, and that's why she probably doesn't have an audience. But she can think deeply, and she has a lot of stuff to say. But, I mean, how can you guys are telling me that this George Bush cat is not the fake... He's going to go down as the worst president ever, I promise.
Can't stand him.
Well, then
I can't stand him.
Then you're not a righty.
No, but I am far from the left.
Well, it was like you were saying about Janine. See, I got to go.
No,
Jimmy.
Look at Jim leaving.
Jimmy is the king of screaming on this show. That's why I hate
let me hear
the left.
Give me a minute.
I hate Garofalo. I hate her.
Why?
Because she's a fraud.
I don't know this.
She's
Why?
not funny. And
Funny's got nothing to do with what she's doing on what I listen to.
See, she's a comedian, though, and to me, as a comedian, if you can't speak through your work comedically, that's what I'm judging.
Well, you're probably right about that. But
it's very hard to point out where she goes awry to somebody else who is very far left. It's the same thing as the right. It's the same exact thing as you trying to point out something wrong, Bush, to somebody that is so far right they don't want to hear it.
Okay, here's where I disagree. Let's say we're talking about O'Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can point out monster lies and proof of the lies that the guy puts on his audience.
He's a hypocrite. He's full of shit.
Same, Rush Limbaugh says on his radio show that if you get caught with drugs that aren't prescribed for you, you should go right to jail, directly to jail, do not pass go.
Another hypocrite.
Until his ass gets caught.
Right.
O'Reilly's doing phone sex for crying out loud. It's the right that talks about carrying the family values flag. That's why we hate it. Because Bill Clinton got busted for a knob job, which every other president, and maybe every other president was getting.
But no, see, now you guys write that blowjob thing off like it was nothing.
It was nothing.
Technically, it was nothing. It was the trust of the office.
Oh, that's crap.
That was.
It's such
but
crap.
no, but it isn't. But it isn't. The trust of that office.
Wait, you tell me I'm worried if a guy's getting a knot? No.
By Bill Clinton.
Bruh.
It could have been anything that he did in there. What it was.
That's how bad they were trying to bust him.
The guy was bullshitting to the American people.
Where's the bull? You mean about the blowjob?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It's nobody's business. You're allowed to get blow. Dig this. When men go for power in the world, any powerful cat, why does he want power? To get pussy. This is the truth.
That I agree with.
The only reason why do men buy Lamborghinis? When you become the most powerful cat in the world, if you ain't getting blowjobs in your office, then you turn in the crown. And you know, in France, I know y'all hate France. It's a funny thing to bring up. But in France, I remember they were burying the prime minister about 7, 8 years ago, and his mistress was at the friggin' funeral. And the people in that country, which are, you know, they've been around a lot longer than us, they don't think a damn thing of it.
That's
because men want pussy.
There's a certain dignity that office needs to uphold.
I don't care that he got
Kennedy
pussy. Though.
do it?
I never cared that he got pussy. It was never the blowjob was the issue for me. I never cared about that. You're right. Let him. Nixon had a mistress. They all
there you
do.
go.
Mm-hmm.
My problem was that when you're called, when you're under oath, you know what? You got to give it up. Because tough shit. You got to give it up.
Why won't you guys just say he fucked up
and
not just?
This is what I'm telling you, because I got the man's handbook. When I got born and my little penis popped up, they handed me this book that says the only time you can lie is when you're getting a blowjob. That's it. The one time, my wife said, you should give me the fish. But, you know, this is the rule. I'm fucked. But anyway, I told you not to bring her up here, Hope. But they, you know, come on, bro. You get caught.
She gave you.
I mean, you're a good man, right? Let's just say you fall off the wagon and you're getting a knobber and your old lady hears about it.
Right.
I know guys that got caught in the bed. The wife saw the dude in the bed. 6 months later, he got her believing it didn't happen. It's the man's handbook. You can't. You know, in all of his. Let me just finish. Okay. In all of history, nobody bothered the presidents for getting pussy until this friggin' right-wing conspiracy, which everyone laughs at, except for the people that believe it, which is half the country, finally busted this guy for a blowjob. That was heinous for them to do that.
Well, how about the left sinking everybody who's made a politically incorrect statement, and then Jerry Brown. I think it was Jerry Brown says nigger, and nobody says anything.
I don't know about this.
Of course, it was. We have a story here. We were going to talk about it one day. And Sharpton's like, well,
no, what's his name? That ran for the Green Party.
Oh, was it Ralph Nader?
Ralph Nader.
Okay, I apologize. It was Nader.
Yeah.
Said nigger, and sometimes they treated me like a nigger. He was trying to be like the hip white guy that can get away with it. But the double standard on the left is just as repulsive. No one called him to task. Even Sharpton came out and goes, well, he's got a good history with black people. He's not a racist. Meanwhile, the conservatives said that he would have been. They'd be standing in front of
because we believe conservatives are racist. That's what they are in history. Put it this way: you see a guy carrying a Confederate flag that wants to put black people somewhere. That's a righty, bro. It ain't a lefty.
But then we argue all the time that the left is more racist because they're the ones with the programs that are trying to coddle people that, in their opinion, aren't as good, as capable as the people that need to care for them.
You see, that's the whole thing. The righties always say, like, everybody can grow up to be president. All that, you got to work. Sure, you got to work, man. But go out in the street. There's crack addicts all over the joint. The realism in life is it's tough, and you're going to have programs. If they ever stop these programs that the left put together, there's going to be riots in the streets.
And the left would start losing elections because the people that they're giving these programs to would stop voting for them. The left does have an interest, just like the right has a certain interest in keeping big business happy. The left has a certain interest in keeping certain people in a certain position because that is their voting base.
You see, that's a righty spin, and even though maybe, let's say it's a little bit true, right?
Okay.
I want to be on that side. I want to be on the side that helps people that are hurt, and that's that side.
But is it really helping people who are hurt if you condescend and behave paternally
to
people who aren't
necessarily? I understand what you're saying, behaving paternally, but it's not. I mean, look, it's a dilemma between. Are you going to help somebody or if you're not? I think more people get helped. Obviously, if you get stuck in the welfare rut or whatever, and by the way, there's as many white people, if not more, on welfare than black. But, you know, I mean, it's a tough situation. You know, the right wants to stop programs. I meet people all the time that say they're conservatives, but only fiscally. That's a bunch of crap, man. You got to jump on the liberal bandwagon with causes. And that's what it's about. You know, I'm on the side of not bombing people that are innocent.
How about racial profiling then? Here's what the left's irrelevance to me really becomes apparent when it comes to things like they say you can't look at a Middle Eastern male any differently than you can look at anybody else getting on a plane, and that's just not a fact.
I gotta agree with you. You gotta fall into a couple spots. You gotta move on. You can't go all one way. I mean, I know that there's a reason because it's the same reason that gun guys say. You know, if you take away this, then you're going to take it. It's the same crap. That's why they do.
Well, they use the same argument the liberals use, the slippery slope argument. The people use it too. Well, if you remove this right, what about this right? You know?
Well, let me ask you this: if you're really conservative, this is going to be the
best. I'm not saying I'm really conservative. I'm all for gay marriages.
That's right where I was going.
I'm for it.
Where I was going.
Look, if they want to have gay unions, gay I don't care if it's a marriage or not. Look, that's more of a church thing. Well, I personally don't care.
There you go.
But I mean, if they give them at least the same partner rights and the same benefits and the same health benefits, that they should get that. Call it what you want, but yeah, I'm for that.
What about you, Ed?
Yeah, fine. I'm fine with
Then
that.
you're not good righties. Good
We never
righty
claimed
goes-
to be that conservative.
Yeah,
at all.
I'm right-leaning,
Yeah,
much
that's
more
fine.
so than left-leaning.
I think
But I look at any subject. That's why a lot of people go, "What are you talking about? You're a hypocrite." Or they say, "Oh, you Bush-loving righty," or then they call me a bedwetting liberal if I say something else. I take
good.
what I read, and you kind of give it your own spin, put your own opinion on it, get as much of the facts as you can, and make your own mind up. I don't go with one side or the other just based on, hey, it's the right way of thinking or the left way of thinking. You got to be your own person.
It's tough these days because, with Fox News and what has happened on the right is so huge in my mind because of all these radio shows. There's like 300 and something righty radio shows all over the country. Now there's 4 liberal shows. God bless them. But you got to if somebody check both of them out, then they could be real people.
See, this is what, this is where like I've dealt with when I'm doing with Comedy Central. I had to deal with the left constantly, and the content of what they allow through. They are. I mean, maybe the right would do it too if they were that involved in the day-to-day actions of show business.
Well, give me a for instance, so I understand what you're saying.
They come to us. They say, "Don't talk about politics on Tough Crowd because Jon Stewart talks about it on The Daily Show." Then they say, "Don't talk about race because Chappelle talks about it." Perfect example: Chappelle could say nigger on his show. Even black guys on our show couldn't say the word nigger. It was a complete double standard with language, with ideology. And again, I'm not saying the right doesn't do it either.
And talking politics, when you get on The Daily Show, you're always going to get a left-leaning little spin and sarcasm because of Jon Stewart.
He's great at what he does.
He is very good. But Colin's spin on politics is right.
And I heard it, but that's why I want to tell Norton. I don't understand because whenever I turned down the show, I heard a bunch of righty stuff.
They did give us a lot of leeway with that
There you
stuff,
go.
but if you get what happened was when Herzog came back in the last year, a lot of liberals wouldn't come on. Colin loved having left guys on. He wanted Margaret Cho, who of course she's great on fucking yapping in the media with nobody challenging her, but to have another comedian going.
I wish you would have brought on
right.
Janine then. Someone would have.
I was on the first episode with Janine.
Oh,
She hated my guts.
Janine hated Jimmy.
But I'd like to see a tape of that show.
She wasn't. I honestly,
I'm not looking for funny.
I'll send you one, but she's a comedian. To me, that's her job. That's the asterisk.
But
That's
we're
what
talking
gives her the right.
politics now. And
Well,
I
the
don't think
show
you're
is
gonna be
based on funny
There's plenty
first.
of brilliant liberals. Look, Ron Kuby is as left as you can get, and he's brilliant. There's plenty of guys who are qualified to me to speak.
I don't like
publicly.
her smugness.
Exactly.
And how just because it's her opinion and it's a very left-leaning opinion that it's correct. It's not always correct.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. You guys probably don't, and people listen to your program, hope I don't ruin your friggin' show.
We go down this road a bunch.
But
I love the
Al Franken's show, and by the way, when he first went on there, I thought it was the worst thing going, but he's gotten a lot better, and the show's entertaining. But on his show, he'll play Rush's clips and all these guys' clips and prove that it's a lie, not his opinion. He will play the statement by Bush, for instance.
That's fantastic.
See what I'm saying? And when you hear that stuff, there is no two ways. And I think he does a great job at it.
Yeah, that I appreciate. Someone that would do.
The solution to the blowjob problem in the office is we need a female. When she gets power, all she's going to do is boss around her husband more. And that's
Did anybody invite you on that?
He's his wife, everyone.
Oh, no.
The old lady who's not old at all.
Bye, Wease. I have to go. I have to go.
Good luck, bro. It's nothing.
Thanks, man.
It's nothing. You're going to go to sleep and wake up.
All right.
That's it.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I promise you.
I'll see you guys Monday. I bring my G.G. Allen book to
I
read.
promise. Hey, you can bring pictures of your insides.
By the way,
Hopefully you don't wake up gagging with a salty taste in your mouth.
Anthony, this just in from ELO. Liberalism is alive and well on XM 167. That's Air America.
Right.
Thank you,
Right.
ELO.
I hope Eric Logan is listening because we would love to have Wease on XM Satellite Radio. We would absolutely love it.
Two dudes with chip. By the way, 167 is so cool for me because I listen to that stuff. And that 167 is left and like 168 is right.
Right.
And man, it is so weird, Anthony. You should try to. You can listen
back
to it
and
for
forth.
Go back. You'll hear the exact opposite of what you know.
Yeah,
it'll
the
be
same
unbelievable.
subject matter being covered on opposite ends of the spectrum.
It's free, like the Karl Rove.
Mm-hmm.
Opposites.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are you going to do?
There's a lot of people checking in. They want to know how you're doing health-wise because we've talked about it on the air here a lot. It's good to see you back. I mean,
Thanks,
I watched Wease kind of, I hate to say it, but deteriorate for a while there. And I haven't seen him in 3 months. He was living in New York doing his cancer treatment. And I said goodbye to you, like 3 months ago in late April, and I saw him for the first time last night, and it was a big relief to me, I got to tell you.
Opie was the only guy that went through. I mean, Opie would come over every week. It was really cool. I really didn't want any visitors. For some reason, I didn't mind Opie because he was like, a friend that could sit around, without bugging.
He lost a ton of weight. Yeah. He lost his beard.
My beard freaked me out. My no chin was showing.
Right. He had the reddest sunburn on his neck. He had no
scabs
hair
on
in the back.
But anyway, I'm going to see my Chinese lady doctor in a couple
And you weren't
hours.
talking like this 3 months ago. That's why it's great to hear you're back. I mean, you were barely talking. His tongue, I just want to make it clear to these people, it was like just dry leather. He couldn't
Still is, bro.
Couldn't eat anything.
No.
He was getting radiation treatment right to his face.
Bam.
Radiation to the mug is a bitch. I'm telling you.
Jesus.
It's a bitch. From here to here they do. I'm going to show you them cats that were given. I'll show you. They might let you look. They won't let you look in when a guy's getting it. But, you got to put this mask on. They bolt the mask down to the table.
Yeah.
But when we go this afternoon, the lady's going to go down my nose, with a telescope, like they're doing to him, except down my nose, the Norton, down in there and then see the little, where the tumor is.
Yeah, there was a tumor way deep in the...
behind my nose.
Yeah, the nasal passages, way down. They couldn't operate, obviously.
But Sloan Kettering in New York City here is...
And we've had your thing up on our website for, 4 or 5 months now. Kick Cancer's Ass.
Kick Cancer's Ass. I still get letters.
OpieAnthony.com, it's up there. Right at the top of the page.
I get letters from your fans, man. It's so sweet, saying, I know, I heard you in Rochester. Now I live in L.A. and I've been here for 15 years. But I listened to Open Anthony. I went to their website, and they found out about it through you guys.
The dude could continue to do his show, and the press didn't pick up on it. The guy could barely talk, and he was still giving his listeners some radio every day.
Half an hour.
Yeah, that was amazing that he could even do that.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
Right now I'm fighting for my bonus that I didn't get.
I heard.
And
I was
the thing is, I could have taken, what do you call it again, honey? When you get sick? I could have taken disability. You get 100%. I could have taken disability and not been on the radio.
Yeah.
Said I did do the radio. Enough. Raised $100,000 on these bracelets for a camp that those cancer kids in Rochester.
I'm still wearing mine, bro.
$100,000 on these bracelets. And now I blew my bonus because while I was gone, the numbers dripped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I wanted to tell them, give me a shot. If it doesn't come back next time, I'll pay you back. But I got bills. I got bills.
Right.
I'm a whiner.
Dude, your cancer bracelet made it into our Penthouse interview.
I love it. I'm still going to pick. Where is it?
We'll get it after the show.
The guy you were talking to on the phone there about that whole bonus thing is the same guy that fired us.
I didn't want to say.
Oh, we don't care.
Would you believe he called me? I'm here.
We don't care about him anymore.
He's a guy.
He's the guy that fired us in Boston.
We called him the Terminator.
The Terminator. He walked in and went, I'm sorry, we're going to have to terminate your contract.
Sorry to meet you under these circumstances.
Under these circumstances.
We're going to terminate your contract.
Best thing that ever happened to you guys.
Yep.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, that was the Boston F up, so.
Well, you didn't tell Anthony about that cool restaurant last night?
Sammy's? We didn't get to it.
it.
We got too busy today.
Well,
we all went to Sammy's down on the Lower East Side. It was a
Sammy's
great joint.
Romanian.
It was Romanian steaks.
Ooh. But they had the singing waiters. Not corny like you think. Fun, man. We had a ball.
It was a lot of fun. And then they have vodka.
In ice.
In ice. The whole bottle's in ice. And they bring it to your table and give
just doing shots.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how they do.
Little vodka, little
How many
steak.
you have?
How
many shots?
I had a sip.
They had dancing people, from upstate, drunk lawyers getting up, dancing. Fun.
It was definitely a good joint last night.
A lot of fun.
I'll check that out.
In the basement. Funky.
Yeah.
Funkified.
All right. Well, we got to take a break.
Yes, we do.
I want to thank Brother Wease for stopping by.
You're welcome, baby. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Brother Wease is my mentor, and
what a guy.
And I love you, bro.
And by the way, this Opie cat, we tell everybody, there's never been a loyal friend. And whatever you guys, I don't know how Opie comes through the radio. He's the most loyal friend anybody's ever had. What?
Like I'm an asshole.
Well, you're not. You're not. I'm going to blow your cover.
Although people are getting pissed because I'm not as nasty on the radio anymore. Because I got bored with that, so now I'm trying to show maybe the good side.
Nothing wrong with it. See, people
love
to
show a little more of the good side, but every once in a while I'll still go to the bad side.
A little bit. A little nastiness.
But I got to be honest, they think I'm an asshole, Wease.
No, you're not. And it's too bad that maybe, if asshole works, though, you might want to be, Stern's whole thing's an act. Maybe you should do an act.
Nah, we try to be pretty honest on this show. I got that from you.
Someone was saying
we try to do the honest thing.
That you didn't mind Opie coming to visit you because he was more miserable than you were.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's pretty good. That might have been it. He wasn't never as miserable as I was.
I've loved my friendship with Wease over the years, except for the time he almost killed me. But besides that,
that's funny too. It's over now.
All right.
My nose still rocking
about that.
It just moves around. But after watching him go through the cancer stuff, I'm not going to complain as much. Because even though this guy was suffering like you wouldn't believe, not sleeping, none of that crap, getting the radiation right to your face. He's still doing the video poker online.
Mm-hmm. Well, I finally quit. I was going to tell you, I got so sick I even stopped that. That's when I knew I was bad.
Man.
But I was pokering for many weeks.
Yeah. He was sneaking out and playing poker in some of these illegal joints. I think I told you about that. One of his joints got busted.
My boy went to jail for 6 days. I don't want to say his name.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of those places, they're starting to crack down on them.
Sucks. You know, they had a protest. You guys catch that in the paper?
Yeah.
The poker protest?
Guys protesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just want to play cards.
Yeah, in front of the police station.
Yeah. That's classic. But, you know, next time I get the flu or something, I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm not gonna complain as much.
Now you're talking.
Let's go to Nick in Buffalo. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I just want to say, Brother Wease, it's great to hear your voice. You guys got booted off in 92.9. You know, hey, it's awesome hearing you guys.
Thanks, bro.
You guys rock.
Thanks. Well, you know, Infinity Broadcasting has been hiding Brother Wease for many, many years. I would love to get him on XM Satellite Radio.
Yo, you know how fucking...
Or force Infinity at least to do the right thing and get him in a few more markets. Jesus.
You know, no doubt. Guys...
If they could syndicate Anthony and I to almost 20 cities, I think they could syndicate Wease to a few.
Thank you, brother.
Bunch of assholes over there.
Thanks, Nick.
No problem. Guys, love you.
All right, let's say hi to Mike. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Brother Wease, Mike Veneman. How are you, buddy?
How I know that name? Oh, the comedian.
Yes.
Mike Veneman, the comedian. Oh,
yes.
He's been...
Oh, man, it's good to hear you back again, brother. I swear to God, I'm in Detroit this weekend performing, and I just want to, because I remember Opie way back when I was in there doing an interview, and he was just a young little colt.
Veneman's a journeyman comedian.
Little high-voiced Opie interviewing you.
I was,
no.
I was just...
No, he wasn't interviewing. I was in with Wease.
I would do whatever Wease said. I was one of these guys that runs around for us now. I was getting the coffee, getting the donuts.
Really?
I've been doing this for 20 years.
It's too bad we have to go because we should tell some of the Sam Kinison stories, the
They were the
amazing
best.
Sam Kinison stories. The
They were
highlight
the
of
best.
my radio career.
Me
Getting
too.
to live through that.
Well, Wease, you take care. And
Thanks,
tell
Mike.
I said, hey, and get better, brother. I'm just thinking about you.
Thanks a million, Mike. You have a good set in Detroit.
All right, buddy.
All right. Yeah, this is what we do at the end of our show.
That noise means you got to get off?
Yeah, it's like the Mario Brothers.
Well, I was wondering. That's some funky crap.
Yeah, it's like the end of the game, and then it starts getting faster and faster because they cut us right off at
really?
10, at 11.
Computer.
Why?
Computer, master computer.
Because with the replays, it has to the beginning and end of the show have to butt right up against each other.
Strange.
So, yeah, I know.
Being an Opie and Anthony friggin' network, you can do it as long as you want it.
You would think, but
we're adding a show on Monday, by the way.
I understand.
We're going to make the announcement Monday. The band is getting back together. We'll have details on Monday.
Can't make the announcement, though. It would cost like $5,000 every
time we mention their names.
Don't do it.
Your lovely company there, Wease.
Oh, it's them?
It's your lovely company.
Yeah,
I might know after this set, maybe I'm not there either.
Don't worry. We'll get you on XM sooner than later then, you know?
Thank you.
Are we going to go see the Aristocrats today?
Absolutely.
I think it's only playing in one theater.
I got the times in 2 theaters.
Near you?
And good time. One's near me and one isn't.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to the hospital for the update?
Yeah, you coming?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, that fuck is weirding me out.
Yeah. Peculiar.
All right.
Took a while to get used to. It really did.
Anthony, have fun in Atlantic City.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a full report on Monday. That 9G is in your pocket. We'll see
if I could turn it into a...
God damn.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, here's the deal. So we need an update on Jimmy. I got a voicemail after Friday's show. We had a lot of fun.
How can you, by the way, record them? Because I have a great one from Florentine that I wanted to get. What do you do? How do you get that off the cell phone?
I don't know. You just
love you.
Put a microphone near...
Oh, okay. I thought you had a hookup or something like that.
No. We don't have that equipment here at XM yet. So
You're sweet.
I don't know how good this is going to sound, but this is the message Jimmy left for my...
It's going to be embarrassing?
It's... Yeah.
Now, this is after his procedure, and I guess you had...
I played it for a bunch of people,
anesthesia.
and people were like, he really does call you sweetie when you're not on the air. I'm like, yeah, it's a little awkward and weird, to say the least. So here it is. Jimmy left Friday. You want to just set it up for the new listeners?
I left at 10:30 instead of 11 because I had to
No, you just ended up staying.
Quarter of.
Because Brother Wease was here doing some good talking with us.
And and Wease came in, and I had to get an endoscopy, which is when they put a tube down your esophagus into your stomach just to make sure everything's okay, because I've been having this shallow breathing thing and a little acid reflux. So I just wanted to, I'm eliminating possibilities. And so I go in there, and the guy told me it will take 5 minutes. I don't know why everybody said 40 minutes. I talked to him.
5 minutes.
This guy, I'm even going to plug him. He was so good. His name is Leslie, a man named Leslie Sycamore on 58th Street. He's a gastroenterologist. This guy's fantastic. Everything he said was accurate.
Must have gone to school, a year or two for that, right?
At least. That's got to be a fucking fast one. I mean, according to this guy's... If he is to medicine what this guy is to paraphernalia, he picked up a certificate on the way over and just put a tube down my throat. And I go in there, and first thing you do, you lie down. I go to take my camera off, and he's like, just leave everything on. You don't need to get undressed. I'm like, well, I wasn't. I was just taking my camera off. So I lay on my side. They put a tube in your mouth, which was kind of odd.
Oh.
Without a hand on the back of your head. Could you make me? Oh.
A fleshy tube.
And they knock you out with that stuff. I think it's called propofol.
How is it administered, Jimmy?
They put
an
like
IV?
A little IV in the back of your hand. And the guy's great because he's smacking the back of your hand to bring the vein up, and all of a sudden, pinch in. And Wease was right. He said, as they're describing what's going to happen, you're going to go out. And I felt something kind of odd, and the guy is he's saying something, and all of a sudden, I'm drooling, and there's nothing in my mouth anymore. And I'm like, that was nice.
And it was done.
Done. 15 minutes later total.
How weird is that?
Drugs are so cool.
And by the way, I got photos I should bring in of the inside of my esophagus and the top of my stomach. He gave me the color photos.
Really?
And thank you to all the emails about people concerned about my procedure. And it was nothing. He said a little swelling in the esophagus from acid reflux, very mild, nothing. Just what I thought. Too much coffee and that type of shit.
That's what it is. Did you drink coffee today?
Oh, yeah. But he said just keep it to a minimum. Don't drink it at night.
So Jimmy got home and he gave me a call.
That was not from home, dude. That was from, I was still...
From
still
the
woozy?
recovery room?
Yeah, I was just sitting there for a few minutes.
Still a little woozy.
No, it didn't make me sick. That's why I like the propofol, unless I'm saying it wrong.
I mean, your head was a little swimmy still?
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. Listen to this.
Here, Jimmy.
A little behind-the-scenes stuff. We like doing this from time to time.
Hey, Pumpkin, it's me. It's 12:20. I went in.
We're not even on the radio.
He's got his radio voice.
The only person that's supposed to hear this is me.
But I didn't call you sweetie. That's on-air stuff. Sweetie's faggy. Pumpkin is the way men address each other. It's affectionate. It's the way two real men will do. It's like an elbow. It's like an elbow to the ribs.
Hey, Pumpkin, it's me. It's 12:20. I went in at 12. 15-minute procedure. I'm a little tired from the anesthesia, so I'm laying down here. But this guy was great. Fucking anesthesia rules. I like Brother Wease a lot, by the way. He's fun to have on the radio. I love it. Fucking guy's like a really good liberal. You know, there's not like a bleeding heart. He's fun to go back and forth with, man. He's smart. All right, man. Give me a call. I'm just relaxing. Just relaxing on my birthday. Bye, sweetie.
I did call you sweetie.
Yeah, you did call me.
The difference is this, though. If you're ending a conversation with sweetie, perfectly acceptable. If you open up, faggot. But if you're ending, that's what men do.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone out there is agreeing.
They understand.
Dude, you can absolutely see what Jimmy would be like if he still drank. He's the guy that calls you up drunk. Dude, let me tell you, I was fucking hanging out. I was just thinking we should fucking hang. You know, Wease is cool, bro. Like that was you.
Absolutely.
As a drunk.
Wease is a hardcore liberal, and Jimmy's like, he's cool, man.
But I liked him when we had dinner. I'll say that's completely under no anesthesia.
Yeah.
He's the type. Everyone says I smash liberals in the left, and I think they're all bedwetters.
Well, he's
no, I don't.
intelligent, and he presents his point in a logical, rational fashion. Not like these shoot from the hip just because it's the party line liberal.
And he's not politically correct, and he's not a thought policeman, which is why I like him. That's just the way he views politics. A guy like that's fine, but it's not. It's the politically correct. Don't say that. Don't racially profile. Those are the ones I want to spit in your faces.
Speaking of Wease, after Friday's show, I went to the cancer hospital with him to get
trip.
Well, to get his to see if they got the tumor there.
Right.
And I'm happy to report that there's no more tumor.
Wow.
Good. No more tumor. So, so far so good.
Hey, that's good.
They were very, very happy. They put a scope down his nose, and there right on the TV I'm looking at some awful nose hairs and mucus and everything else. And then they get to the spot, and it was weird. It was like a little journey as they're going down to the spot. And perfect, man. Clear as day. The doctor was very, very happy with what they saw.
Hey, did they have to numb his nose? Because I've had little cameras on the nose.
They blasted him with some kind of spray that he says tasted like dog shit.
I would love to have gotten that spray. I had to sit there with my head back, and this is my ENT. He took long, like 9-inch Q-tips, and he dips one end in medicine, as your head goes back. And he just kind of lobs it in a little bit, and it goes back into your sinus a bit. It doesn't hurt at all. It just feels like...
it doesn't have to hurt. It makes me queasy and woozy.
But lay back. Put your head back, and your sinus opens, and you can feel it hitting the bone in the back.
Nice.
And it numbs you. It's a drip.
Nice. So that was great news for Wease and his wife and everybody else there. It was a very happy afternoon.
Then we went off and saw the Aristocrats.